Hey guys, welcome to Financial Literacy with the new EAS Virtual Learning Studio. My name is Marquez, and today we're going to talk a little bit about savings and the importance of savings and how to get started and different aspects like that. So let's just go ahead and get started. So it's pretty important to start saving at a really early age, especially in today's world. In corporate America, we're driven by making money and spending money, and so especially for us people of color, we start off pretty behind, and it's a really unfortunate truth. But for future generations, there's no reason why we can't try to start getting ahead generationally. A good way to get started on your savings, the good way to approach is starting a savings account. Going to your parents and being like, hey, I want to get ahead on my finances for when, it's time to start life, or when it's time to go to college, or if I want to buy a car or anything like that. And your approach is pretty important when it comes to savings. So one thing to note about a savings account, though, is that your savings account is not for wealth accumulation. It's not for building more wealth. It's basically money that you just set aside, not expecting to get any interest on it or anything like that. Money that you use for either emergencies or things you want to buy for yourself at a later time and date. Different aspects like that. A good way to get some more information is ask your parents. Hey mom, hey dad, hey grandma, hey grandpa, what's your savings like? How do you approach it? How much money do you take out of each paycheck for savings? When do you tap into your savings? When do you know when it's okay to tap into your savings? And how to stay disciplined to not go into your savings account when you don't need to. Different things like that. Everybody has smartphones nowadays, so a good way to get started also would be looking in the app store and seeing what type of savings app there are. Me personally, I budget my money very well. I'm a financial advisor for Northwestern Mutual, so I have my own savings philosophies and way of approaching saving money. But for guys, for people who don't really have everyday, income, like people with a job, if you're in high school or if you have just summer job, there's certain ways to approach and still get a pretty good savings. So we're gonna talk about that today. It's important to note that, you don't have to be old, you don't have to be an adult to start saving. It's very important to start a savings account at a young age so you can get ahead in life. It's very important, and it's very effective, and it takes time, it takes patience, it takes consistency and discipline. And just in that aspect, if you keep up with it, it'll also teach you about discipline in other aspects of life. So for example, a good savings philosophy that personally I go by is 40, 30, 20, 10. So you take these numbers and you add them up to 100% of the money you make. So for example, if you're in high school and you get a little part-time job or whatever, you're making $400 a month. Divide that $400, 40, 30, 20, 10. So 40% is $160. You spend the first 40 on your personal things, bills, credit cards. You're probably not gonna have bills and credit cards in high school, but you can use that to pay for things that you need to pay for, gas in your car to get to work, different things like that, school books, supplies, whatever. And then the 30%, $120. That's personal, that's for you, that's for shopping, that's for groceries if you want to buy snacks in the store, whatever you feel like spending money on. 20% is what you actually put into your savings. So you put about $80 of that $400 every month. You put $80 in your savings, and then your 10%, your $40. Me personally, I'm a man of God, so I put that 10% towards church. So that's the way I approach, and that's your monthly, savings percentage approach, which is very good, and it's very effective. So, being consistent and being disciplined it's pretty important. So with this video, I'm gonna attach a link to a couple printouts that you can do that I got from Pinterest. You guys can print them out and you can write down your own, your savings goals. It's important to set goals, and achieving those goals will, it'll give you a sense of motivation to continue to do so. It'll make you feel good, and things do happen in life to where you get a good savings, or you just start getting on the roll. Something happens, you gotta spend your savings just like that. But that's the importance of getting started. Say something happens when you don't have a savings, and so you have to pull money from somewhere that maybe you need it for something else. Just having that savings to fall back on it's very, very important in life. Life is too unpredictable, so we gotta play it safe. So that's my video for today. Keeping things short and sweet. Like I said, I'm gonna attach a couple links to this video, and you guys can print these forms out and get a personal approach, and develop yourself, develop your savings. Try to get started. So if you want, a good idea would be to, when a stimulus check comes in, hey mom, hey dad, give me 10, give me 20, give me $30, and then that's how you get started with your savings. Just put it to the side, and then keep the ball rolling and keep doing your thing, and come back next week for another video on the next episode of Financial Literacy. Have a great day.